Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy, Dark Raikou here. Now, before I go on, I should mention I just went to the dentist a while ago. I was there for fillings and other things, so I couldn't record very early on when I got back home. Like, I came back at like 10 after getting food. Of course, I couldn't eat that food for at least another 2 hours because my shit was still numb. I just realized I should just ate it because that shit. Well, yeah. Then I was at the same time I was just tired, so I did go to sleep for at least 2 hours, just for the numbness to go away. That didn't happen, so I just ate. So I said, fuck it. It was hurting a little bit, but then I just said, fuck it. I'm eating, so. But not the point. Also, a calm tip to realize this. If you're going to the dentist and you're scared or whatever, and you're going to feel pain and blah, 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 just take a nap while they're doing this kind of dentist shit. I did that for like almost every time I go to the dentist appointment. The reason why I'm always so damn tired, I'm sleep deprived half the damn time. Not because I stay up all the way up to night. Well, I mean, that's one problem, but yeah. So, of course, I never really say anything. Also, if you are not really wanting to listen to the drill thing into your mouth or anything, just hear music while kind of having the dentist bullshit. But not the point. I'm rambling on. So yeah, my mouth was numb for like a while, so that's why I couldn't really record. But not the point. This is part 2 of what if Issei was a reincarnation of Karma Akabane. Well, I'm actually gonna change the title. I was going to just put the title as what if Issei was like Karma Akabane. Pretty much, I am thinking I'm just changing the title. He's not really the reincarnation of Karma. He is kind of Karma, but yeah. Or he's like Karma. But not the point. I'm rambling on. I should shut up, but yeah. There's a good chance I might change the title, but yeah. Well, not the point. Let me begin. Now, we go into Issei waking up this morning. Issei just says, he's yawning and other things. But not the point. Let me go back into this. What if? What's it called? Oh yeah. So of course Issei wakes up. This is where he's getting ready for school. He sees his dad, who is just getting ready for school. Issei kind of woke up way too early. He kind of woke up at like 6. This is where he sees his dad. His dad is saying, "Yo, kiddo, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be sleeping then get into your class about 2 hours later or something?" Issei says, "Yeah, that is the case. It's just about that, I woke up way too early." This is where Issei's dad says, "Kid." This is where Issei said, "So where you going, Dad?" This is where, his father says, "I'm going on another mission. Don't tell your mother." Well, I mean, she already knows, but she hates it when I call it a mission. This is where, Issei's dad is not normal. He actually is kind of like what's it called? His dad works in actually being kind of like a soldier and all that other things. Somewhat. He's somewhat like an assassin a little bit, but yeah. This is where, Issei says, "Sweet. You got anything new from, your last mission?" "Just a couple of stuff. I managed to also get my, my record time in killing people. But that's just how it is." Issei says, "Sweet. How many did you get this time?" This is where, his father says, "Not trying to brag here, but I managed to get 40 kills with the sniper rifle, and the last, shot to the actual main boss, I managed to get him caught lacking. He was right now kind of getting a girl to, This is where, Issei says, "Oh, damn, you're brutal, Dad." What the fuck? This is where, his dad says, "It's not like you're brutal enough." This is where, Issei just smiles at his dad and says, "I guess you're right." Shit. I should probably get back to sleep and all them other things, or I'm just gonna wake up sleep deprived for my classes. Do you really care about school? Issei says, "Fuck no, but I have people that I have to make fear into that school." His dad says, "Well, good luck with that, kid." This is where Issei says, "Yeah, I got this." This is where, his dad just like put on some goggles and says, "See you, kid." This is where he like walks out the door, but yeah. This is where Issei says, always has the same old man doing that. Damn, I hate going to school. I haven't even got into any missions or done any missions. Fuck. I wonder if Crypto has a small mission for me to do for 2 hours. This is where, well, Issei went towards his, like, bedroom, pulls out his phone from under his bed, and of course calls up Crypto. Crypto kind of gets a ring, and this is where he wakes up and, what do you want? This is where Issei says, "Did you just wake up?" "Yes, it's 6 in the morning. I'm not gonna wake up this early." Uh-huh. Issei kind of remember getting caught at like 5 a.m. in the morning. This is where, well, Issei says, "Uh-huh. What the fuck did you do this whole time then?" This is where, oh, his friend named Crypto says, "Okay, you want? I feel like you're gonna kind of remind me of me waking you up at like 3 a.m. or something." "Yeah, bitch. Now get your ass up. I need a small mission that I gotta do for 2 hours. I'm bored." This is where, well, Crypto says, "Fine, let me go get it up." This is where he turns off the computer, and this is where, well, Issei is waiting, and this is where, well, I got a small mission, Crypto said. This small mission is basically you getting my freaking stuff for new electronics and actually getting this computer upgraded. This is where, well, Issei says, "Didn't I do that last week?" "Dude, stop complaining. I need this shit to be upgraded more. It's the latest thing that they actually release. The problem is I can't get it because it's kind of, how should I say, in Tokyo, which they release it at." Issei says, "There's no small mission around here in Kyotown?" "Hell no, bro. You want to take it or not?" This is where Issei says, "Fine, let me take it." "Cool. Get ready in like 30 minutes. I don't care." This is where, well, he's just like, "Fine." He kind of like goes to what's it called to his closet, which he kind of like opens his closet. It just has full of clothes until he clicks a button, a red button, and this is where, well, all the clothing stuff just changes. This is where so much armory, weapons, and guns appear. This is where Issei grins and says, "Good. What kind of gun should I get?" This is where, well, he sees what's called two pistols that are kind of Desert Eagles, and they're kind of, one is black and one is kind of crimson red, and this is where Issei says, "Sweet, I'll take those." This is where he puts them into his like pocket, mostly pouch around him. Mostly he has two pouches behind him, so of course he puts them behind him. This is where, well, he then turns around and sees two swords, well, two metallic katanas. This is where these two swords aren't normal because, well, any damage or energy Issei takes, he can actually kind of put him into the swords and send them back 2 times stronger. This is where, well, or he can also just transfer his booster gear into it. This is where, well, he takes the 2 katanas, puts them at his back, and this is where, well, he's thinking, I don't know if he said it would be a heavy mission. Issei then sees one of his favorite guns to bring on if it's a heavy mission. He needs to take out a lot of people. This is where, well, he kind of gets this, well, mostly an AR-15. Of course, the auto version, not the kind of just burst version. But of course, it has a kind of like, what's it called, 2-time scope on it, and the side will be a red scope. This is where, well, it also has a couple other things kind of put on it. An extendo mag, of course, it does have the, what's it called, fucking back, what is it called? Of course, it also has a grenade launcher on it. And so you see the color of this kind of, well, AR-15, he did kind of customize it, is like, well, kind of a crimson red, like, crimson red flames on it. This is where he says, time to burn some fuckers. Because it also does have an attachment that it's kind of like this little gas container where he can actually put it into the gun, because well, the side of the ammo, because there's actually like a side thing, and if he puts like this gas container, he can actually, when he shoots out, the bullets are going to be like fire. This is where, well, Issei grins, he gets some gas containers, and of course put them into a storage room, mostly, not even a storage room, mostly a kind of like magic circle, and of course put some ammo in it, and yeah. This is where Issei kind of gets a call back from Crypto and says, "You ready?" Issei says, "Hell yeah, just send me there anyway." This is where, well, Crypto says, "No shit, how you gonna get there anyway?" This is where a portal appears right in front of Issei, 010101. That's what the portal says. It's just basically numbers. This is where Crypto smiles. Well, mostly not Crypto. Issei smiles and says, so it's a heavy mission or not? I mean, you'll probably already gear up and you probably already have a flame gun, don't you? This is where a crimson flame gun. This is where, well, he says, yep. He also has just some holy bullets just in case I'm fighting some devils, some bullets for demonic, and just in case I'm fighting fallen angels. You know what? I'm stacked. I'm ready. This is where, well, Crypto says, whatever, go in. This is where, well, Issei jumps in, and of course, he does, I should also mention, has a demonic mask right now, wearing a face mask and all that, and he's just saying, time to fuck up these people. We go into mostly Issei being in a warehouse near kind of a storage, well, mostly, yes, it's a warehouse, but outside it's kind of like a dock. But of course, pretty much he is looking for the technology while assassinating people. This is where, well, it's pretty dark still. It's still, the sun hasn't came up. But of course, Issei is easily killing these people. He does also have a knife with him, just in case he has to use it just to assassinate people, because he's not fighting in long range. And his guns don't really have suppression silencer, so of course, he needs to kill them without bringing out too much attention. This is where, well, he just stabs someone. Well, he kind of like grabbed this person from the legs. And of course, while the person realizing that he can actually shoot at Issei, because Issei grabbed him from the leg, well, one of his legs, and then stab him in the head. Mostly stab him right in the face. This is where killing him and anything. This is where he goes up to another person and just slick his neck off. This is where, well, mostly slice his neck off. This is where he goes off and start kind of killing half a bunch of people. This is where, well, Issei gets the, well, location where it will be at. And of course, this is where, well, where Issei managed to find it. He found it in the third warehouse place. But of course, he's a black truck, like a black, well, not black truck. Well, yes, a black truck and then a black van. And of course, there's like these people dealing with each other, and kind of, one is kind of like mostly the black truck is like a truck full of drugs and all that. And yeah, and of course, the other side is mostly the van full of where the new, like, surprising, like, best technology there is to kind of support with stuff. But yeah, this is where, well, they're making deals, and of course, Issei says, drugs. Unless those are good drugs to help people, and not those psychotic ones. I should probably get rid of both of those idiots. This is where, well, Issei, he almost got caught by someone. Someone said, hey, who is it? This is where, well, the truck and the van people didn't actually notice that one guy walked towards where he heard a kind of noise. He thought he heard like someone, until he gets his head chopped off while someone landing behind him with two blades cutting his head off. This is where, well, Issei grins and says, well, it's time for a little bit of action, shouldn't I say? Issei puts his sword back towards his back, and this is where he pulls out, well, Crimson Red Flame AR-15. This is where, well, he then puts a scope, well, mostly he like lines up those people. He calculates all of them, and he realized that he can easily just use one bullet to snipe like 3 of them, because they're like directly in front of him, and he can easily get a headshot for those 3 heads. And then he has to try to kill the others. Or he can go after the main, like what's called main people. The people who are right now dealing. He can also get rid of the people who are right now in the car, so they won't get away. That's where he's thinking so much, and he really wants to get that triple headshot. This is where, well, he then pull out the camera just to record this. And this is where, well, he then kind of says in the camera whisperly, yo, Dad, I'm about to get a triple headshot. Don't worry, I'm gonna make you proud. This is where, well, he then shoots at the bullet, and well, the bullet was right now going through the air. It ignites into fire, and right now just shoots through 3 of the bodyguards that were right now aligned with each other. And of course, well, they were taken out. Their heads are right now melting. Of course, everyone is rushing. This is where the people in the vehicle started trying to turn on their like truck and all like vehicle. This is where the guy in the van gets shot out. So of course, he can't like turn on the vehicle. The truck was about to turn on, which the, what's it called, like the leader gets on the truck, and of course they're driving away. But this is where Issei launches a kind of grenade out of his gun while exploding the, what's it called, truck. This is where, well, he then looks towards, well, the van, and of course there's like some bodyguards. This is where, well, Issei, he then jumps down, puts his gun back to him, pulls out both katanas, and just looks at the people. This is where one of them has a gun, is mostly the leader, who was kind of making deals and other things, and the other dude was it called, well, not the leader, mostly the leader of this operation, of like the making deals. He's not like the true leader. This is mostly a gang. This is where the other guy has a sword, and of course he sees the kid, and this is where he says, "Who are you?" This is where, no, just kidding. "Who are you?" he says. This is where, well, Issei grins and says, "Your worst nightmare." This is where, well, the man rushes at him with the katana he has in his hand. Right now, having the katana with both hands, swinging it from above. Of course, he jumped and swung it from above, and Issei just says, "Transfer." This is where the sword glows into the greenish color, and he just cuts through the blade, cutting this guy's head off so easily. This is where Issei is grinning like a madman. That's so pathetic now that I say. This is where, well, the now kind of leader of the operation had to run, but this is where he starts shooting bullets at Issei. Issei is dodging, and this is where, well, he then pulls out a knife, and this is where he then adds transfer energy. He says, "Drake, transfer." Well, he didn't say transfer. This is where, well, his knife ignited, right now transformed into fire, but a crimson reddish fire. This is where he throws the knife so fast that it hit the guy in the head, right now stabbing him to the ground. This is where his head was now burning into ashes. This is where, well, Issei says, "Damn, that was a good knife." But whatever. This is where he gets towards a van and of course opens it, sees some technology and other things, and this is where he kind of calls Crypto by his ear. But I should mention he was also hearing music while kind of doing all this shit. And this is where, well, he says, "Yo, Crypto." Crypto says, "You done with the mission? Damn, it's only been 40 minutes. This is where he says, damn, it took too long, didn't I? Okay, whatever. You got the technology? Yeah, I got it. Make up a portal, and yeah, this is where a portal appears. Of course, having 01010001. This is where, well, Issei throws the box in it, and of course throw the other side boxes, whatever they have, and of course where, well, either check in it just to see if there wasn't explosions or anything. He threw like 3 boxes that was inside it towards Crypto, and Crypto says, "Yeah, that's all 3 of the, well, technology parts I need. I didn't need all of them, but you know, better than, well, nothing. Better than nothing," he said. This is where, well, he says, "Yeah, there's a 4th one here," and oh, for fuck's sakes, he said, right now into the intercom. And this is where Crypto says, "What? That's a lot of fucking C4. Holy shit." This is where Crypto says, "What? Holy shit, what, how much is there?" "At least, like, a couple of, like, pounds of it, but, oh, I'm gonna be using this shit." Crypto says, "Damn, I feel like you're gonna explode something straight to fucking moon. Straight to hell and straight to the fucking moon back again." This is where Issei says, "Yeah, I am. It's gonna be fun." This is where Issei is grinning like a madman. This is where, well, he then makes a magic circle underneath it, and of course it just takes it and disappears. This is where Issei says, "But I gotta get back to the house. I feel I smell very coppery." This is where, well, Crypto says, "I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't smell like copper in the first place." This is where Issei says, "Oh, come on. The fun part about doing these missions is killing people." No. This is where, well, Crypto says, "Yeah, crazy psychopath. Oh, come on. It's not that bad." "Shut the hell up," Crypto says. This is where he says, "Whatever." This is where Issei makes a portal and mostly a magic circle and just jumps in and gets back to his house. Of course, I should mention what song Issei was hearing right now. So 2 songs he was hearing throughout that whole, what's it called, 40 minutes of assassinating people. Well, a couple other songs, but mostly the 2 songs was one, Murder Melody by, well, by a Cult to Club. Well, not Cult to Club, mostly Cult to Follow, or is it? But of course, the other song was called Light 'Em Up. Yes, Light 'Em Up with Fallout Boys, I think so, that's what it's called. But yeah, he's right now just getting into his showers, washing up. He has a couple of minutes to get to school. Of course, his mother screams out saying, "Issei, get your ass down here. I'ma whoop your ass to get to school." Issei says, yeah, I'm in the shower. I'll get down there. This is where Issei gets down there. Of course, he gets a piece of bread and then just goes to school. Of course, is where, well, he's still wearing like similar clothes from like yesterday. But yeah, mostly he has multiple pairs. He doesn't really care about wearing the school uniform. Issei is getting towards what's it called, school. And of course, this is where, well, he kind of sees a girl with kind of, well, reddish hair and of course bluish eyes just kind of getting towards school. This is where Issei says, what was her name? Gremory? Rias? Yes, she's the devil. This is where Issei kind of walks behind her, and this is where Issei kind of like puts his head forward, well, not in front of her, just next to her, and says, boo. This is where she jumps up and says, ugh. This is where, well, she turns around, and this is where she sees the same guy that she saw from from yesterday, and first room. None other than Issei Akabane. This is where Issei says, yo. I thought I recognized you. You're that girl that I sat next to. Issei grins at her. This is where, well, she says, yeah. This is where, well, she is still very surprised with Issei having reddish hair. Well, kind of like a bloodishy reddish hair color. Of course, well, she also noticed that he still has golden eyes. Not slick eyes, just golden eyes. Which she's very surprised. So, of course, this is where she knows that Issei is not from, well, the Gremory, because there's no one in her family that actually has golden eyes. This is where, well, Issei says, what are you thinking? This is where, well, Issei is kind of close to her. This is where her face is red. And this is where, well, Issei says, yo, what's wrong with your face? Are you sick or something? Still like your color, well, most of your face is the same color as your hair. This is where, well, she then just kind of glances at Issei and just kind of starts falling in love for him. This is where, well, Issei says, well, I should be going. Issei just waves his hand back and says, bye, I'll see you in class. This is where, well, she shakes her head and says, no, I shouldn't be falling in love with someone I don't clearly know. This is where, well, she doesn't know what to do. She's actually kind of falling for him. Someone that's kind of, well, mysterious to her because she hears rumors about him being, well, the prince, well, mostly the prince, the prince of darkness of the Kuo Academy, and that being Issei Akabane. Of course, she has heard that he's one of the infamous. Well, one of them being the first rank of the infamous. Then there's second rank who is named Fuma, Fuma, and then there's the third rank who is Lelouch, fourth rank who is unknown, fifth rank who is Junko, who mostly the Princess of Despair. Mostly they also have different title names. Mostly Fuma has the title of like Knight of Darkness. Then there is what's it called? Well, Lelouch, the mastermind of everything, legit just a mastermind of like darkness. He's incredibly smart. And of course, this is where Rias only knows about him because he went against what's it called Sona in chess. Now, of course, Rias does know that Sona's pretty good in chess. It's just going against Lelouch, that was a massacre. Lelouch legit went against her pretty easily every single time. This is where, well, Lelouch is only grinning most of the time, just smirking. Right now, getting to Sona's head most of the time. Which Rias is very shocked with him, but yeah. Then there's, well, the sixth rank, who is, well, a girl named, well, Rainier, who is, well, mostly in other questions, a fallen angel that Rias kind of knows. Now, of course, the fallen angel doesn't attack devils, and clearly she doesn't want to be bothered with devils. She is pretty smart and also pretty, well, good looking. But the problem is, guys get scared because of her kind of twinish sister, who is Junko, mostly the fifth rank, infamous. But yeah, and they barely even think that, well, what's it called, Rainier is part of, well, the, well, infamous. They just keep forgetting she's sixth rank. Now, of course, there's other ranks, but yeah. Now, of course, there's multiple people that are kind of friends with some of the lower rank infamous people, but yeah. Now, of course, well, Issei, who is now walking away, this is where Rias sees his back. And of course, where, well, she kind of keeps seeing him kind of walk further and further. This is where, well, he then thinks in his head saying, well, I'm gonna have to wait a month for what's it called, Fumo, or what's it called, the fourth rank to come back. Those damn dumbasses. I wonder what the hell they did. Should ask Lelouch about this. He's clearly the smart one out of, well, a lot of them. And clearly can remember stuff. This is where, well, Issei was in his first class. And of course, this is where, well, Issei was looking at the board. And of course, this is where, well, why the hell is that? Of course, this is where, well, everyone is seeing, well, Issei actually studying. He's actually taking notes and blah, blah, blah. And of course, this is where, well, when there was a free time, which everyone thought that, well, Issei was going to cause trouble, for someone who actually was a cop walk up to him and say, "Fight me, you bastard. I know you're supposed to be one of the strong and famous, but yet you're sitting next to this pretty girl. That she would have been mine." That's where Issei looks at him, just doesn't care. This is where, well, he then was about to smash his fist into the, what's it called, table. And this is where Issei, he kind of noticed that the table is kind of like separate, I should mention. Well, it's not separate. It's kind of together with, what's it called, him sitting next to Rias. And Rias was actually just seeing this. And of course, this is where Issei sees that he's about to punch the table again. This is where Issei sighs. This is where he kind of lifts the table up a little bit with his leg, kind of throwing it up in the air. And when the guy punches it, he feels like he snapped some bones. This is where the table lands back down. It does make a huge noise, but of course the guy's breaking bones actually made a huger noise. This is where, well, the guy screams, "Ah! Ah! My arm!" This is where everyone just shocked. Which, well, first of all, they noticed that this shit was going to happen. Of course, this is where, well, Issei sighs and says, "Shut up." Issei is right now reading a book. This is where the guy, "I'm going to kill you, bastard." Issei said, "Kill me," you said. This is where Issei stands up. Right now with these slick, murderous eyes. You say, "Kill me." Huh. Okay. Issei grabs a pin that was right now on his table. Up here above this guy. And right now grabbing this guy from, what's it called, the hair. And pulling him kind of up. Right now having the pin right into his eye. "You said you were going to kill me. What if I take both of your eyes? Can you still kill me? Even if you can't see?" The guy wanted his eyes. Issei is not joking. He, of course, just fucked up. He realized he fucked up. This is where Rias whined her eyes. This is where, well, she wasn't expecting Issei to just threaten someone. Of course, this is where, well, it's pretty shocking because the teacher got inside and said, "Fuck this." He walks outside. He's not dealing with this. He's not reporting this. He said, "Fuck this." This is where, well, everyone whined their eyes, so the teacher just did. This is where it's all on their own now. This is where Issei said, "I'm not trying to get suspended right now. Right now, I have too much bothering me. And besides, even if I wanted to get suspended, I would have took your fucking head with me and sent it into the ocean where you fucking belong." This is where, well, the man whined his eyes, started pissing himself. This is where, well, Issei then drops his head to the ground. And of course, puts a pin back onto his table, gets his book, and decides to go back to reading where he was left at, left chapter back at. This is where, well, the man just kind of gets up. Of course, his friends picked him up and just kind of drag him towards, like, the, what's it called, nurse place. Of course, piss is still in his pants. He did kind of just piss himself. Rias whined her eyes. This is where Rias thinks in her head, "Could he help me out with Riser?" This is where she thinks in her head. Because she still wants to get out of that whole marriage thing, but yeah. But of course, this is where, well, she doesn't know if she can get Issei into her group. Because you see here, Issei seems to be really skilled in a lot of things. Of course, this is where, well, she also then noticed how Issei easily lifts up the table just to make sure that the guy smashes his fist against a table that's kind of in the mid-air, kind of going towards his, well, own fist. But of course, anything that moves towards you and you think you're going to be able to break it with your punch is probably going to have more force than your punch that you're swinging at. So of course, it destroys whatever has more force. I think that's how science works. I don't remember. It probably is similar to those lines, but yeah. This is where, well, that's how the guy's kind of just got his, like, arm kind of just shatter. Of course, where, well, he keeps reading the book, and this is where girls are just glancing at him. Of course, this is where, even though he's one of the most infamous people, he's also called the Prince of Darkness, some girls can't even contain themselves because he's still so good looking. This is where, well, he can easily make any girl like him. But of course, this is where he's an infamous and also he's a very troublesome person. Ria's kind of thinks in her head she might have to talk to what's it called Sona about this, about Issei. This is where, well, she doesn't really know much about Issei's kind of whole information, except that people call him the Prince of Darkness. This is where, well, Issei keeps reading his book, and of course he managed to finish it at the end of the class, and of course kind of puts it back into the bookshelf that there is. This is where, well, the teacher sees that Issei puts the book back into the shelf in proper place, and of course walks out. This is where Issei, he's now getting to his second class, and of course where, well, Issei, he gets towards the second class and of course meets up with Lelouch. But before they get inside, this is where, well, he says, yo, Lelouch. This is where Lelouch says, yeah, what do you want? Issei, I'm just here to talk to you about something. How did, what's it called, well, you know, Fuma and fourth rank got suspended? You see here, this is where Lelouch says, they both kind of fought each other. This is where, well, fourth rank wanted to kind of show that he would be stronger than second rank. Of course, where, well, they both fought and of course caused a lot of destruction. Luckily for me, I just got out of the way and didn't really care. I just watched him battle while eating pizza with someone else. This is where he says, oh right, that's your girlfriend. This is where, well, Lulu's face just becomes a little bit pinkish and says, she's not, shut up, never mind, I'm not going to explain this to you. This is where Issei grins and just says, so, Junko and Rainier kind of just also got out of the way. Mostly it took the whole power of the student council to try to stop what's it called, well, Fuma from fighting for rank. Now, of course, there was a lot of destruction, carnage, and burning stuff, but yeah. This is where, well, he sighs and says, God damn it. Please tell me they didn't use their, you-know-what, abilities in magic. This is where, well, Lelouch says, kinda. Well, they didn't use it to the max power. They were mostly fighting in a friendly spar that actually became pretty murderous, but at the same time, it was still a friendly spar, so of course they didn't use their magic. Of course, this is where Fuma they pull out a sword, a katana mostly, to try to cut with a mostly fourth rank. But of course, he was igniting his body with fire and was about to burn them if it wasn't for me to intervene and make them both stop. This is where, well, he sighs and says, damn. And when the hell did this take? About like 3 weeks ago. Or not 3 weeks. About like 2 weeks before you came, but yeah. I'm gonna kill those two idiots. They shouldn't be using their magic in the middle of fucking public. Of course, murder those two idiots when I get them. This is where, well, he says, when are they gonna come back? This is where, well, Lelouch says, when a month, Fuma should be coming back. And also, well, after that day from Fuma, I think on Friday, what's it called, fourth rank is supposed to be coming back. Damn it. And I can't get my hands on them too easy. Unless I find where they live and then beat the shit out of them. Now that sounds like the perfect idea. Whatever. Thanks, Lelouch. This is where Lelouch says, no problem. Still, you still owe me some couple favors I need. And what's that? When you get in trouble, you send me up to Sona so I can easily beat her in chess again. I kind of got banished from the last time I beat her in chess. This is where Issei looks at him and just looks at him dumbfounded. This is where Lelouch says, what? I was just kind of going against her in chess. And what's it called, lunch break, and she got angry enough and just banished me from ever coming to near the council president. Or near her in that matter, because she kind of gets angry. This is where, well, Issei just say, idiot. I can't believe you actually just beat her in chess. How many times have she lost? 60 out of 5. Wait, she managed to beat you out of 5? I was distracted most of the time. Mostly a text from someone was mostly texting me and I kind of got distracted. Issei was dying out of laughter. It would have been 70 out of 0, but pretty much it's 60 out of, well, 5. But yeah. Mostly 5 out of 60, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei said, damn, she's probably so pissed at you. Lelouch says, yeah, she probably is. Damn. What should I do? Go apologize to her? Make out and apologize to her? This is where Lulu's face becomes kind of pinkish. She's like, I'm not going to do something like that crazy. This is where Issei says, hey, it was worth a shot. This is where you walked away from Lelouch, and this is where Lelouch says, fuck you too, bastard. This is where, well, we go into mostly, out of school, like a time skip out of school. This is where Issei, he kind of does this, like the whole, what's it called, month. We go into actually a month time skip, but yeah. Now, Issei kind of go into meeting, what's it called, Asui, or not Asui, mostly Asia, and of course, kind of helping her and getting to the church. Of course, we're not church, mostly getting towards Alto, and what's it called, Renere's kind of like group. Of course, where Asia thought that Issei was nice, even though everyone thought he was not nice. He's the opposite of nice. He's just planning. This is where, well, of course, Junko and Rainier kind of think of Ozzy as their little sister, so of course they take care of her in, well, school. Of course, if anyone dares hurt her, there's a good chance the infamous are going to kill them. But two of them, mostly either Rainier or even what's it called, Junko. Even though people think that Rainier is not that kind of bloodthirsty murderous like her sister. This is where, well, there's other couple rumors of the dark, well, mostly, well, in that whole month of the Prince of Darkness kind of interrupting some perverts that were actually bothering Azia to beat the shit out of them. To mostly break a couple of bones, mostly kind of sprain them, and then tell them to fuck off if they ever bother Azia again. This is where it managed to make everyone believe that rumors are mostly exploding from him, thinking that Ozzy is under the protection of one of the infamous. But yeah, this is where, well, Ozzy also became friends with Ria's Grimoire, which everyone exploded also more into the fact that she's protected by, well, the Red Princess of the school of Kyo Academy, and also the Prince of Darkness. This is where, well, everyone is right now is just dumbfounded and realize that half the dudes aren't going to try to mess with Ozzy if they want to die. This is where, well, even though Rias is not that much of a bloodthirsty murderer like Issei doesn't give a shit. Touch her, hurt her feelings, or do something to her, pervert it, mostly in any of those fucking categories, you're fucked up. You're going to be sent into the hospital, or you're going to be under 6 feet. Or your body's going to be in the river. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei doesn't really get involved with too many people that he doesn't really see fit. But of course, he does get involved with Ozzy's life, but also with another person that's kind of ranked to be, what's it called, ranked in the infamous category to be ranked kind of like 15. Mostly a guy with mostly dark blue hair and dark blue eyes named Shinkai, who is actually in the same grade as, well, Azia. So Azia is, well, she should be 16 or something, I don't remember. So she is actually, 17 to 18. I thought she was actually younger than, Issei original canon. But I'm gonna just say that she is 17. This is where, well, she's actually in, sophomore year. Of course, where, well, Shinkai is also in the same grade as her in most of the classes. So, of course, Shinkai does kind of protect her. But, of course, if anyone hurts Shinkai, Issei is stepping in to break some ankles. Literally. He doesn't care. Hurt someone that he actually kind of sees so much potential, and you're basically dead to, well, him. This is where, well, like I did mention, Shinkai is a dark navy blue haired boy. But yeah, also with these bluish eyes are similar to like Grimjow's. But yeah, think of it like that. This is where, well, Shinkai isn't a vicious like murderer like Issei. He's actually kind of similar towards Issei's side when he's actually assassinating people. Cold, fast, stealthy, and very fast in murdering people. But yeah, he's kind of like an assassin. A mini version of Issei, but yeah. So a mini colorful version of Issei if their hairs were opposite, but yeah. And of course, so many people do kind of see similarities of Issei and, well, Shinkai. So of course not many people mess with Shinkai. If Shinkai is going to be like the next potential of the Prince of Darkness, then clearly Issei just kind of made an heir dwarf for kills. Next troublesome maker of generation. But yeah. This is where, well, Issei, he's just kind of enjoying life for a little bit, just reading books in what's called first class. He does pay attention to class. He does actually finish all the work pretty much more faster than what's called Ria's Grammary. Which Ria's Grammary in that class, she's actually tied with Issei if Issei actually tries to finish something so fast. But pretty much everyone thinks that their genius levels are actually the same. In fighting skills, everyone thinks that Issei is much better than Rias, which clearly he is. But yeah. But of course, no one knows about their magic, and of course, everyone thinks who is more scarier is clearly Issei because they never seen Rias piss. Now, of course, when people think of more nicest, the infamous people think of Issei. And some people think of Ria's Grammary, which, yeah. So, of course, there's just a bunch of categories. Now, of course, this is where, well, a lot of people thought that, well, Rias and Issei were siblings, which are not. Which Issei confirmed that because his name is Akabane, not Grammary. Now, of course, this is where Ria says that her name is Grammary, not Akabane. This is where, well, everyone was actually okay with that. They were happy because, well, first of all, Issei doesn't really bother in kind of helping Rias too much. When Rias is in trouble a little bit, Issei does kind of see this and does help out. But, of course, it's not mostly out of, like, protecting siblings. Unlike Azia and, what's it called, Shinkai. This is where, well, some people actually got kind of weird and started trying to ship them together. But, yeah. So, of course, this is where, well, a month kind of just started after a while. And, of course, mostly, it was a lot of stuff like that. But, of course, we go into Issei. But of course, we go into, well, Issei. Issei is right now just kind of, well, been kind of just in his class. And of course, this is where he realized it's that week where all the other remaining infamous get back to fucking school. This is where, well, Monday was nothing really casual, it was just normal, but yeah. That's where a lot of things were kind of just normal until Wednesday. This is where, well, when Fuma showed up, he was fully in battle. He was in basically just armor, just like Japanese warrior back then. Issei smacked his forehead and just walks up to what's it called, Fuma, punching him out of the armor, literally just punching him out of it. And of course, Fuma was angry and was about to like start a fight with Issei. But of course, he didn't really recognize Issei. Well, because Issei was wearing a red jacket on this day, and Issei was also wearing these black kind of, well, fingerless gloves. Issei said, seriously, you're an idiot. Why are you wearing something like that? Listen, well, Fuma says, yo, Issei, well, first of all, fuck you with that punch. That shit hurt, and then somehow you broke my armor, which you're paying for it. Issei says, yeah, I'll pay for it. There's one problem. Why the fuck did you show up with armor? Because I thought it looked fucking dope. Issei says, God, you're an idiot. I should also mention that Fuma does have a sword behind him, but in a kind of like reddish kind of pouch, so yeah. This is where, well, Issei said, oh, come on, you seriously an idiot. Just get to Sona and kind of get to your classes. I will talk to you later. Besides, I gotta wait for you-know-who, because you fought against him. This is where, well, Fuma says, don't worry, he's gonna come tomorrow. I actually don't remember. This is where he said, no, he's gonna come on Friday. Okay, you idiot. Yeah, I understand. This is where, well, Fuma went to go get his, like, what's it called? Well, mostly his, like, shit. And of course, this is where, well, he gets his stuff. So, Issei waits until it's, well, what's it called? So he waits until, well, what's it called? Well, Friday, and of course, this is where, well, the fourth ranker actually appears. This is where he has black hair, and of course, these dark blue eyes. He has what's it called, well, a dark, like, black coat, a white shirt that's kind of like, mostly looks like it's burnt because there's some gray spots. And this is where, well, he then sees Issei. Issei right now standing in a locker. This is where he sweat drops and says, oh shit. He thinks in his head. This is where he turns back around, but of course this is where, well, he then grabs his shoulder, turns around, like gets forcibly turned around and clocked in the face. This is where everyone realized there must be a fight and they all ran. This is where, well, this person say, fuck. Why Issei? That's because, Dobby, next time you use your abilities, I won't hesitate to use mine. Issei's hand started igniting a little bit, like glowing with this crimson red color. This is where Dobby says, wait, we can talk about this. We can literally talk about this. This is where Issei says, yeah, we can. Now, come on. This is where Issei says, I'm going to have a meeting on Monday. And don't you dare fight Fuma. If any of you dare to fight, I'm going to knock both of your heads together to make you two have a coma for the rest of your fucking lives. This is where, well, Dobby said, yeah. This is where he's sweat dropping with Issei because Issei is not messing around. His eye just went slicked. And every time Issei's eyes go slicked, he's actually getting serious. This is where, well, Issei walks away. This is where, well, Issei's eyes, usually when they get slicked and they're still gold, with a little bit of like red veins going through that golden slick eye, they kind of realize that he's getting seriously pissed. This is where, well, Issei walks away, and of course, this is where it's now the weekend, and of course, this is where Issei is right now doing some missions. Right now, just killing some people and fucking them up, fucking their lives up, and yeah. Now, of course, we go on Monday. This is where, well, we go into a club full of, well, kind of women, and of course, this is where a reddish hair girl kind of glances and glares at a male with blondish hair. Now, of course, this is where his eyes are color of blue. And of course, he's right now having those like golden chains saying, hey, Rias, before I say anything, my beautiful darling, I want to check out this school, the school you go to. I want to see if there's no one in this place who's better than I. I'm going to destroy anyone who's actually good looking enough. Besides, all of them are too pathetic. They're just humans. This is where Recipe says, Riser, this is where Riser says, don't worry, I won't cause trouble. This is where he walks away. This is where Rias is right now cringing at him. This is where, well, her and Queen is also cringing. This is where, like, the other girls, or actually the kind of four queens, or mostly there's actually, well, yeah, 4 queens of what's it called, the kind of school, because there's actually 5 in total. One actually just became a queen a while ago. But of course, where Rias sighs and says, damn it, I have to murder that pig. This is where Rias grits her teeth. But yeah, this is where Riser's walking around. And of course, this is where, well, he's looking around. There's kind of some beautiful girls. He's looking all around and saying, beautiful. And yet there's these ugly little boys. There's some more perverts and they can't even get the real thing. This is where Riser's laughing to him. No. This is where, well, he then hears a voice. Oh, hello there, Riser. Riser winds his eyes, turns around and sees a guy with red hair or reddish hair, golden eyes that are slick right now, with veins, like red veins popping into the eye, or mostly around his eye. And of course, this is where, well, one of his eyes are open. Well, both of them are. And of course, this is where, well, Issei is right now just wearing a red hood, like a red jacket hood, zip up mostly. And of course, these black fingerless gloves, where it's wearing some, what's it called, black pants and these black boots. And of course, next to him is, well, a guy with a black coat, a black long coat that kind of reaches down towards his, like, ankles, well, kneecaps mostly. A black pants, black boots also, and a white shirt that's kind of a little bit burnt. Now, of course, his skin, well, underneath his neck is a little bit burnt also. This is where, well, the person has kind of a face mask covering up his face a little bit, but yeah, he's kind of having like a Kashi. This is where, well, he has his black coat hood over his head, but yeah. This is where, well, Riser says, Issei. He starts stuttering and walking backwards. His legs are shaking. He knows who Issei is. Issei knows damn well who Riser is. This is where Issei says, well, it's been a while, Riser. It's been a really long time. Where are you going? Why are you leaving? Sorry, but I can't let you leave. It's been such a while. We should have more fun with each other. You know what I mean, right? Issei's hand ignited with these crimson red flames that has like black and gray in them. Or black, white, gray in them. This is where Riser says, oh shit. He tries to run behind, but this is where Dobby appears right in front of him. Ignition, cremation, blue flames. This is where he blasts Riser backwards towards Issei. And of course he lands in the ground. And this is where he's now underneath what's it called, Issei. That's where Issei says, don't worry, Riser. You shouldn't be screaming. You should be a warrior. Aren't you a man? That's where Riser says, come on, Issei. We can talk about this, right? I won't come back. No, I won't do anything. Issei says, sorry, Riser, but that's not the case here. You came here knowing damn well that I'm here. Well, you remember our promise. You broke the promise. Now that you came towards me, I never did break the promise that I came towards you to kill you, but you came here willingly. Now that you're here, that promise is shattered. You know what comes next, right? Riser says, please, we talk about this. We can seriously talk about this. Come on, kid. No. This is where, well, we go into about 20 minutes later. This is where, well, Rias is kind of grumpy, thinking that Riser might have flirted with some girl and doing something to her. But yeah, until the door, well, mostly also Rias' group as she is here, and also, well, mostly the others, like Sona's group and a blondish hair group. And of course, where, well, a girl with purplish hair group is here, and also then a girl with whitish hair. Her kind of queen is here, mostly a pinkish hair girl, but yeah. This is where, well, the door opened, and of course, what comes in is none other than Riser, all fucked up, burnt, hurt, shot bullets, stab knives, and of course, mostly burnt. Did I mention that? But yeah. This is where Riser says, mercy. This is where Riser and the others wind their eyes, and what comes in is none other than Issei. I told you, Riser. I told you how many times. That promise that we made, a deal, that you would never go anywhere near me, and I would never go anywhere near you. About that promise. About if you ever break it, or I break it, I will be punished. But now you broke it, so I'm punishing you. This is where Issei's hand is right now engulfed into reddish flames. This is where Riser says, please help me. This is where Gracie was about to use ice, which she does to stop Issei from trying to kill Riser. But this is where the ice right now ignited with blue flames. This is where who actually came was the 4th rank of Infamous. This is where, well, then Gracie was kind of actually about to get stabbed. A sword towards her neck. None other than the 2nd rank, the Knight of Darkness. Dobby, mostly the ignition negative flames of darkness. This is where, well, Issei said, well, Issei sits down on the couch. Right now, also, well, behind him is actually 2nd rank, 3rd rank, and 4th rank. Yes, Lelouch is there. This is where Lelouch is only here to talk. If matters do go too heavily and a war might happen with the Infamous and then the Queens. This is where, well, Issei says, well. You might be able to pick him up, what's it called, Rias Grimmery. I just want to tell you something. Don't let your dogs anywhere near me. Especially that blonde-haired bastard. Well, I shouldn't be saying dog. Fried chicken. Or I'm gonna burn him into legit ash. Next time he comes anywhere near me, or is in any presence anywhere near the school, I wouldn't hesitate into slaughtering him. This is where Issei's eyes are slick and gold, and right now pissed the fuck off. This is where, well, an aura, a very dangerous aura around him, is just erupting from his body. Riser is scared. He's just being in the corner trying to just get away from Issei. He can leave, but he forgets about he can leave. He's just scared. This is where, well, Issei kind of just says, still, hey, Riser. Riser says, yes. This is where Issei said, tell me, is she someone important to you? This is where Riser looks at Rias, and this is where, well, Riser thinks in his head, oh shit, they might be dating. This is where he says, no, there's nothing important between us. Our marriage is canceled here, and I'm gonna leave. I'll never show my face into the school again. I promise. Please don't kill me. This is where, well, everyone shocked their eyes. This is where, well, Riser says, well, bye, Rias Grimmery, I'm out of here. I'll tell my father about the no marriage, no more. Yeah. This is where, well, he just teleported and disappeared. That's where Issei says, much better. The room isn't as heated as before. I would have burned the chicken to fried ash. This is where, well, Dobby says, couldn't you let me do it? I would have loved to burn a fried chicken. Already more. This is where Issei said, but you wouldn't know the hatred between me and Riser. Well, I should probably. He gets up, and this is where Issei said, Lelouch, you can talk to them. I'm leaving. This is where Issei just kind of walks away, and of course, this is where Ria says, wait, Issei. This is where she stands up, and this is where Issei, before leaving, said what? This is where, well, Ria was about to explain and how, well, Riser's truly not hers and blah, blah, blah. And, of course, where, well, she was about to explain, but she didn't figure out any of the words. This is where Issei said, if you have nothing to say, then leave me alone. This is where, well, and she was just shocked. His aura is so dangerous. It's a crimson red aura. Now, of course, this is where, well, Dobby and, well, Fuma are just next to Lelouch. Lelouch says, well, hello there. Sona Serapha. This is where, not Serapha, must say Sharon or whatever. This is where, well, Sona glares at Lelouch and Lelouch says, oh, don't give me that angry look. Come on, let's have a little chess game. If I beat you, you forget everything about this. Now, everything about the encounter with Riser, Phoenix, and Issei Akabane. If I beat you, if I lose, I'll tell you everything about all the infamous. Isn't that sound like a good deal? This is where, well, Sona just glares at him. This is where Ria says, I will fight you. This is where, well, she then says, no, I want to go against Issei. This is where Lelouch looks at her like she's just had a death wish. This is where he said, well, this is Lelouch starts bursting in laughter. This is where Fuma and Dobby couldn't just contain it. They're laughing. This is where, well, Ria says, I'm not meaning in a battle, I mean in a chess battle. This is where they stop laughing and just burst back into laughter. This is where Lelouch says, please, Grimmery, I don't mean to be rude, but at your level of genius level side, I don't think you'll be able to go into either a knowledge, well, mostly a battle of wits or a battle of power with Issei. Issei-sama is pretty powerful. That's why he's called first rank in the Prince of Darkness of Kuo Academy. He's not someone to be taken lightly. I offer myself, who is third rank. I am not as smart or witted like Issei-sama. So I suggest you go against me. I'm much more of an easier target than Issei himself. You shouldn't be messing with him in the first place. This is where Dobby intervened. He's right now in such a pissed off mood that he can probably explode any time. He doesn't want some red-haired chick right now bothering him. Fuma kind of intervened saying, well, yeah, it's better if you don't go against him in power. That would have been such a stupid idea. His power outrivals you in any case. So I suggest you don't go against him, little devil. This is where, well, they're right now just chuckling, but yeah. This is where Rias glares at all of them and walks past him. This is where Lelouch says, you shouldn't be doing that. He's right now going to be with some people. And he probably doesn't want to be bothered. So I suggest you don't, Rias Grimmery. This is where Rias glares at Lelouch with these reddish eyes. This is where Lelouch chuckles and says, is that supposed to scare me or something? This is where, well, Lelouch says, sorry, that doesn't even scare me at all. Now I should mention one thing. Lelouch is wearing these fancy clothes that are like purple. I'll show you an image and how he wears it. This is what he's kind of wearing, Lelouch. This is how he kind of looks like, but yeah. Of course, that's how he looks like, and of course, he's just grinning at Rias. This is where Rias says, This is where she walks past. Well, then, this is where Lelouch snaps his fingers and says, Suzaku, please stop her. This is where Suzaku appears, right now wearing like this goldenish clothing, opposite from Lelouch. And this is where he has her sword right now in front of Rias' neck and saying, stop it. You see here, Lelouch-sama has told you to stop. and I can't let you get anywhere near Issei-sama. So please, will you stop this now, Ria's Grummery? This is where Ria glares at, well, Suzaku, and this is where she was about to use her demonic magic until, well, mostly was a Ka. Kiba appears right now swinging his sword down, having his sword right now in darkness to protect his king. This is where, well, Suzaku then blocks what's it called Kiba's strike with ease. This is where, well, he just blocks it with his sword handle. This is where, well, Suzaku says, I do not mean to cause damage here, he said, in a very brightful and very manful tone. This is where, well, Suzaku then pushes Kiba away. I'm just telling you, it's a warning, a fair warning, a last bit of warning. To tell Ria's Grummery not to mess with Issei-sama. Issei isn't someone to be taken lightly. Actually, in this such state of being in a pissed-off mood, it's better if you don't piss him off any further. He is right now in such a state that only a couple of people can actually, well, sustain him from going into basically annihilation of just massacre. So, of course, I'm just telling you this as a fair warning. Stop this as now, Ria's Grummery, and Kiba Yuta. This is where Kiba says, you know my name? I haven't even seen you before. This is where, well, the person takes off his mask and says, seriously, Kiba, you haven't seen me? We're friends, literally. Literally kind of best friends, just we never ask about each other. This is where Kiba winds his eyes. This is where, well, he says, Suzaku. This is where Suzaku says, like I said, I will not let you go any further. I am not the knight or protector of Issei-sama. I am the knight of, well, Lelouch. But I cannot let you go any further, as Lelouch commanded. This is where, well, Kiba says, but I can't let you hurt my king. This is where Suzaku says, I understand and how you feel about me accidentally putting my sword next to, well, or purposely putting my sword next to Ria's Grummery. But as a command from Lelouch, Lelouch, I cannot let you go any further. Kiba says, what do you think, Rias? Ria says, I need you to try to defeat Suzaku. I know you probably don't want to, but you might have to. This is where, well, Suzaku says, if I have to defeat you, what's it called? Well, what's it called, Kiba? Then I will. What do you say, Lelouch? Lelouch says, go ahead. And not to die. This is where Suzaku's eyes have a reddish glow into, well, the greenish eye color. And this is where, well, Kiba was confused until, well, Suzaku appeared so fast right in front of him, sending a powerful knee into his stomach. This is where, well, Kiba went in his eyes. He then got his arm kind of twisted and let go of the sword. This is where he got his head kind of smashed to the ground in an instant. This is where Suzaku has his sword right into Kiba's neck. Now stop this. You might be a knight, but I am more skilled than you can ever be. This is where his eyes go back into a greenish color and no longer a red line being around his eye. This is where, well, Kiba winds his eyes. The speed, the power, something that he wants. And of course, you can see the thin sword of, well, what's it called, Suzaku's. It's not a big, great sword. It's not like a sword that he usually uses. It's kind of thin, but at the same time, fast enough to easily cut him. This is where, well, Suzaku gets up and picks up Kiba and says, how we have an understanding here, Kiba-san. I do not wish to fight you, and I do not wish to kill you. So, of course, I'm only wishing to stop you and your king. This is where he turns towards the side and sees Rias gone. This is where, well, Dabi, he's already gone also. Dabi appeared right in front of what they call Rias and says, sorry, but I can't let you bother Issei. Besides, even though he punched me in the face and that hurt like a bitch, I was well deserved. Pretty much the infamous, well, what's it called, ranking system, and how we don't really fight against too many people, mostly amongst each other, but he's the one to sustain everything. So it's better not for you to mess up everything, Ria's Grummery. Dabi appears. Right now, just kind of having his, well, arms ignite into blue fangs. So I suggest you stop this as now. Well, mostly now. This is where, well, Ria says, I won't stop. This is where she was kind of just sending her magic at, well, Dabi. And Dabi says, cremation, ignite, and burst. Boom! This is where an ignition burst of cremation blue flames right now destroys what's called the destruction magic from Rias, and Rias was about to get hit until magic style purple of darkness absorption. This is where, well, Rias right now when her eyes from the purple magic circle absorb the blue flames. Little Darby scoffs, says, I guess I'm gonna go against this going against to one of the queens of, well, the queens of, well, the Kuo Academy. Scoffs. This is where, well, we go back into, well, mostly this person is named Takana, and of course, where, well, she has long purple hair, a giant kind of bust, mostly burning her clothes. It's kind of like protecting her, but yeah. But of course, where, well, she has it larger than Rias, but yeah, she's 18 at the same time. Same class, but in different kind of classes from Rias Grimory, but yeah. This is where, well, Takana says, oh, my. Dobby, do you really wish to hurt someone so precious like that? Dobby says, to protect Issei-sama, I would. I cannot let her kind of get close towards Issei. This is where, well, she, mostly Rias managed to fly past him, and this is where Dobby says, damn it. This is where, well, Dobby was about to ignite blue flames to try to shoot her out of the sky until purplish flames almost smashed upon him. This is where, well, he then looks towards the female who did it, and it's none other than Takana. This is where, well, Dobby sighs and says, fine. If you wish to play this game, then I will fight you. I cannot let you get anywhere near, well, him. This is where, well, we go back into Lelouch. Lelouch says, Suzaku, stop any of the rooks, knights, bishops, or anything from each of these group members. And I mean stop them. That means breaking their arms, legs, or anything to make them unable to walk. I will ask, Asia later to heal them. But that's not the point. This is where, well, he then looks at the queens. I cannot stop the queens of the different kings. So, of course, I'm gonna have to ask my own queen to actually help me. This is where, well, he then says, CC2, can you please help me? And also, Colin, can you appear? This is where two magic circles appear. A girl with greenish hair appears with this hazel goldenish eyes. And of course, where the other one was a reddish haired girl with these bluish eyes. Yes, sir, Lelouch says. Thank you for you two to come. CC2. Right now, try to help Suzaku with the bishops. And Colin, help Suzaku with the rooks. Is it where, well, he kind of did say that, CC2 is kind of a bishop at the same time she's a queen. Well, they don't really use demonic chess pieces, but Lelouch has a way for them to be stronger than the normal human. But yeah, this is where, well, they mostly have ability called Gios. But yeah, this is where, well, Colin, she also have this mechanic machines that appear next to her after kind of just pressing a button. But yeah, she's like in this miniature Gurren Lagann kind of mode. Well, not Gurren Lagann, mostly, what is it called? She's mostly in this armor that's called a nightmare, and of course, where, well, she kind of has like a what's it called, latex suit, but it's mostly like this robotic stuff. And that's where, well, she kind of has what's it called, two swords that are kind of like machinery. But yeah, that's where she says, I will have to defeat any of the rooks that dare to try to get near. Well, Lelouch, mostly Issei-sama. This is where, well, CC2 is actually as the queen for what's it called, not Issei, mostly Lelouch, and Lelouch says, well, make your move, Sona. Do you want to play chess, or do you want a battle between the infamous and the 5 queens, well, queens of what's it called, the underworld? This is where, well, Sona says, I see. So you do know about the information with, well, what's it called, supernatural. Lelouch says, of course I know. We always been knowing. We're not stupid. And if you don't want the balance between, well, the infamous and the 5 devils to kind of go into a massacre war, I suggest we stop this foolishness. Why will you let Rias Grimory pass? You can clearly stop her. You want balance, don't you, Sona? Why would you want chaos in the first place? This is where Sona grit her teeth and says, I know that, but she's too stupid and too impulsive half the time. But she's my friend and I can't let any of you get in her way. Her way and her goal is basically causing chaos into the near future. Do you not believe in the near future a chaos and war between our kind of factions wouldn't start? This is where, well, he calls them factions now because, well, pretty much the infamous and the, well, 5 popular girls who are mostly devils are mostly factions of different kind, but yeah. But of course, where, well, Lelouch sees the future. This is where, well, mostly he sees the presence. Hey. This is where Lelouch looks at Sona and says, do you not want to see the tomorrow? You might be stuck in the past between your friend and the school, but I see it much better than you. I want to see the tomorrow of tomorrows and tomorrows. I do not want the war to start between our factions. The infamous, who are us, who are troublesome maker kids, versus the Queen of Devils, who are all 5 of you. And one Rias and talking us outside. But that's not truly what you want to do. You probably want to see only the past, while I see the future. You want to see the present, while I still see the future. I reject your beliefs in helping Rias. I believe that it's better to stop her now than cause such a war of the past. Don't you think that would be a smarter choice, Sona? This is where Sona looks at Lelouch. This is where Sona says, fine, I'll play your stupid chess. If I lose, clearly no one here will be able to attack all of you. But that doesn't mean that some of them might listen to me. This is where Sunji, he rushes towards Suzaku and says, I'm not gonna let Rias let down. I won't let down Sona. This is where he's knocked down and instant by Suzaku, fucking kicking him in the face. This is where, well, mostly kneeing him in the face, knocking him out, but yeah. This is where everyone gets ready to start fighting against, well, Lelouch and his helpers. But yeah, this is where, well, the wall kind of just shattered. And of course, this is where, well, Suzaku, C2, and, well, what's it called, Colin are getting pushed back. But this is where, when everyone got outside, even the queens and some of the other king devils, this is where a white hair and her kind of pink hair companion are walking outside. They see not just them fighting, but also the infamous are there to stop them. This is where Dobby is there kind of blasting, what's it called, Takana, and of course Takana saying, damn it, why is your blue flames much stronger than my purple flames? This is where Dobby says, because I have the will of Issei-sama. He should not be bothered. I seen his flames are much more stronger than you and I, and Riser Phoenix. That's why I will not let you bring chaos or Ragnarok towards Issei. Issei only wants to be left alone. He wants to just have somewhat of a peaceful life. That's why, as I am the, well, darkness of flames, I will not let you stop me. This is where he says, ignition blue flame, will creation. This is where a blue flame hand appears. This is where, well, Takano was about to get hit until her queen appears. Right now, blasting through it. This is where, well, her queen is a, what's it called, blondish hair girl who kind of has these kind of like fist gauntlets that kind of have like these shocking shows. And of course, her eyes are purple. This is where she says, I'm not letting you hurt my queen. This is where, well, this is where Dobby says, then you're a bigger fool than I thought. This is where, well, other infamous people are actually coming from the trees. This is where everyone realizes they're surrounded. Some of them are lower rank. Even the lower ranks are coming. This is where there's not, what's it called? There's like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. There's like so many infamous people, but mostly the top max would be 100. But there's still a lot of people that actually believe with the infamous. Some of them are weaker with their magic abilities, but they don't care. Some of them has powerful abilities, but they don't care. They will stop what's it called, mostly the 4 queens from getting near Rias. And some of them are actually stopping Rias from actually getting anywhere near Issei. Issei needs to calm down. He does not need to be bothered. So, of course, this is where kind of a war is happening. This is where, well, Rias actually was trying to run towards the car where Issei went because she can still sense his magic. His powerful aura magic is so powerful that people get scared. So yeah, he just went to the rooftop and just is annoyed. This is where, well, there's two people comforting him right now. It's mostly what's it called, Rainier and also Junko. Of course, they're showing their falling wings without a care in the world. And that's where Issei is right now sitting in the between of them. They're trying to comfort him, mostly. That's just because he was already pissed and annoyed with a lot of things. Especially Riser. The reason why he's so annoyed with Riser is basically connected with his past a little bit. Riser was a prick in the past. Mostly he killed someone that, well, Issei kind of cared. Mostly kind of his grandparents. And of course that's why Issei is so pissed right now. Mostly Issei with his grandparents when he was kind of like the age of, well, 15. He was with his grandparents until Riser Phoenix came to the world just to cause a little bit of chaos. He was in a drunken stupor, but of course the word Issei at that time was pissed enough, which ignited his power and his booster gear, which he fucked up Riser Phoenix. But at the same time, he didn't kill him. Instead, he made a promise. Well, promise requested. This is where they won't be able to break this promise. And of course, if they did, they would be punished by whoever, well, inflicted this kind of thing in the first place, this promise. This is where, well, Riser promises, and this is where Issei did not and walked away. Of course, seeing Riser here, he right now was in rage and showed Bernie a single fragment of mercy unless he threw it back to Rias, because he realized this Riser problem was Rias' fucking fault in the first place. This is where, well, Rias appears in the, what's it called, roof. And this is where, well, she has Batwing-like. Well, mostly she didn't appear on the Batwing. She mostly ran up. And this is where, well, she then opens the door. And this is where she was about to, like, scream out, what's it called, Issei's name. And what's it called, then saw the, what's it called, well, fallen angels, which they glare at Rias. Mostly, Joe Blue eyes becomes a crimson red color. While what's it called, mostly Rainier's eyes becomes a, what's it called, violet color, a darker violet color. This is where Rias says, "Damn it, you fallen angels." This is where she was about to use her magic until she was stopped in an instant. Her hand was grabbed, and of course she was pulled back, of course, by, well, her older brother. This is where, well, she then looks back and said, Sir Zax. This is where, well, Sir Zax says, "Rias, I'm not here to kind of get involved, but it's better for you not to get involved with Issei-sama. Issei is someone more dangerous than you should expect more. He's a little bit of a supernatural being that can cause mostly a lot of stuff. Can even cause Ragnarok. Probably something that Loki would love to hear about. But I cannot let you kind of just get your selfish reasons to kind of talk to him. Just let him cool down for a second." This is where Rias says, "No, I need to talk to him. I want to know why Riser ran away. Why?" This is where, well, Sir Zack decides to make a magic circle and teleport. This is where, well, Grace B also did kind of, well, mostly stayed there, but as a protector to kind of mostly, like, downstairs from the, what's it called, rooftop. This is where, well, we go into kind of a couple days later. This is where, well, Rias nodded and understand what just happened. She's no longer getting married with Riser. Yes, that's a plus thing. But she's also not truly, what's it called? Well, she understands about what's it called, Issei's feelings. His parents were, well, grandparents were murdered thanks to, well, Riser. But his grandparents did fucking shoot him in the face. As you mentioned, his grandparents weren't going down without some holy bullets and fucking Riser's up his asshole. But yeah. So, of course, Riser's pretty wounded against, well, Issei's grandparents because they didn't go down. They got some few good luck shots before Issei went into berserk and would have murdered Riser if it wasn't for, well, Sir Zack actually intervening and even what's it called, Azel. This is where, well, mostly what's it called, Sir Zack's only intervening because, well, Riser Phoenix was about to die, and he does know where he went. Sir Asa only intervened because, well, of something that Issei unlocked. He is somewhat a fallen angel. Well, technically he's not, but he's different. He's different from the fallen angels and angels. His wings aren't normal. They're actually, well, a very beautiful kind of color. They're red. This is where, well, he actually has what's called 12 wings in total of red, beautiful wings. Of course, he also has a halo that's purely white. And of course, he can't fall because, well, they haven't really become black. And he can't be an angel, so they really haven't even become white. He has red wings. They're mutated. But of course, Rias realized that he's actually an angel. And does he use kind of holy magic? Well, that's the problem. Issei hasn't actually used holy magic. They don't even know if he can. Azo only talks to Sir Zax a couple times because they do play Smash Bros. Together. So of course, well, that's how Azo knows, well, Issei pretty well. Now, when Issei was kind of getting comfortable with what's it called, Junko and Reiner, he did kind of admitted his feelings to them. And of course, this is where, well, he kind of, well, kissed them both in the mouth. This is where, well, their faces were red, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei was happy, and of course, he just spread out 6 wings from his back. They're red, and of course, it's being next to what's it called? Well, mostly the red wings being next to the black wings. This is where, well, Issei did manage to put them back, but of course, a couple days pass, and he's not as pissed as normal. But of course, this is where, well, the infamous people start fighting against the mostly the fight between the mostly the 4 double kings, or not 4 double kings, mostly 4 double queens of the school. And of course, Sona did lost against Lucia again, and Lucia just smiling. He didn't also hesitate, just grabbing her and kissing her in the mouth. This is where, well, she was pinkish and red and passed the fuck out. This is where Lucia couldn't contain himself that much. This is where, well, Sir Zax did tell what's it crazy to be to stop them from actually trying to kill each other. The infamous and also, well, the, what's it called? Well, the, what's it called? Others. But yeah. Of course, an experiment did happen between all of them. And of course, where, well, Issei, he's not in the greatest term of talking to Rias. But still, he doesn't really, like, bother her too much. She, of course, doesn't bother him neither. But yeah. Of course, this is where weeks actually pass later. And of course, where, well, a couple of days, mostly, Issei's parents got some people to just visit them. This is where, well, Issei was in his room, kind of like listening to music. And of course, his door was just open wide enough to see in who fucking opened it. It was a girl with orange hair and these purplish eyes. And of course, she jumped on Issei. And Issei said, oh wait, Irina! This is where he tries to get up, but this is where he then falls to the, what's it called, bed. Right now, girl being on top of him. This is where Irina said, I miss you, Issei, Akabane. This is where Issei said, yeah, Irina, can you get off of me? So Irina says, no. This is what Issei said, come on, please. This is where, well, Irina says, fine. This is where, well, Issei says, good. Jesus Christ. This is where Issei sat up his bed, and of course, this is where Irina next to him. Now, of course, this is where, well, Irina says, I would be surprised if you didn't become a devil. Issei says, oh, a devil, you say? This is where, well, horns from his head appears, and a tail appears, saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I really don't understand what you mean you were not surprised that I didn't become a devil. Here's where Irina says, stop with the whole antics. This is where the devil things just disappear. But this is where Issei says, nah. Well, you didn't like that? No. This is where, well, she then throws, what's it called, a holy cross at him. And it doesn't really hurt him. This is where Issei says, huh? Are you trying to kill me? This is where, well, Irina says, hey, it was just a worst shot. Because I know that wouldn't kill you. You're not a devil. I'm just happy that, well, you're actually normal. Normal as you can be, okay? This is where, well, Issei grins at her and says, huh. So, this is where Irina kind of talks about his grandparents. This is where Issei said, yeah, they died. This is where I think it's some devil. This is where Irina saw his sadness and pain, kind of expression, painful expression. This is where, well, Irina hugs him and says, don't worry. I'll kill the devil who actually did this to your grandparents because they were so nice. This is where Issei says, nah, you don't need to do it. I beat his ass to half near death a while ago, so you don't really need to kind of go kill him. This is where Irina smiles and yeah. This is where Issei was also blushing because she was really close. And this is where, well, she was just patting his hair and kind of feeling the kind of smoothness of his red hair. This is where Issei was blushing a little bit and accidentally popped out two red crimson wings. This is where Irina was surprised to see two crimson wings. This is where Issei said, you don't see that, do you? This is where Issei puts them back. And this is where Irina says, why are wings crimson? I thought you were going to pull out two angel wings. Yeah, I don't really know. Oops. This is where, well, Irina sighs and says, I thought your wings were going to be just like, what's it called, your father's. Or not fathers, mostly your mother's or father's. This is where, well, Issei does know that his parents are not normal. They are actually quite not really normal. You see here, his father's actually a half human with a half fallen angel. His mother is the exact same thing. An angel, but what's it called, mostly human. So, of course, she really thought that Issei was going to be like either having black and white wings together, but they're red. Yeah, they're red. Which she's confused. This is where, well, she then asked him how many wings Issei has in total. Issei said, 2. He lied. This is where, well, Irina says, really? I thought you would have like more, since your father has, well, what's it called, 8 wings in total, or your mother had like 6 wings in total. This is where Issei says, yeah, I don't know much. This is where I should also mention that, well, Issei's mother isn't just an angel, she's also a devil, so she has 3 angel wings and 3 devil wings. So yeah, she's actually pretty powerful. She can mostly hold on in the battle pretty well. And of course, she's not hesitating to kill people. She does not care. If you piss her off or piss off her child, she is going to murder you without a care in the world. Just like his father's a badass. Well, since he's a human, he mostly shows off his human skills. But when it comes to magical power, you're dead. You're fucked. You're screwed. Are you gonna survive? Probably not. But yeah. So of course, well, Irina is just happy to see Issei again, since they were friends, childhood friends. This is where Issei is just happy to see her again. Her beautiful purple eyes. This is where her beautiful purple eyes kind of looks towards Issei and sees his beautiful golden eyes. Now, of course, Issei's parents, well, one of them has hazel yellowish eyes, while the other one kind of has some, well, onyx eyes. Most of his father has onyx blackish eyes, while his mother has, well, these hazelish kind of greenish color eyes. With yellow a little bit, but yeah. Now, of course, Issei's father has a dark kind of red color towards it, while his mother has like this whitish kind of hair mostly. That's why Issei's hair is a little bit brighter for red, but yeah. But of course, there's some dark highlights, but yeah. This is where, well, Issei is just basically a mixture of his like parents, but yeah. This is where, well, except with the green, well, not green, mostly the red wings, and the fact that he has a sacred gear because he's still human, but yeah. This is where, well, he is a couple of descendants of other people, but don't worry about that, I'll mention that later. This is where, well, Issei kind of just talks to Irina and also talks to the other exorcist, whose name, well, Exonia. Something like that. This is where, well, Exonia doesn't really trust, well, Issei. She likes the fact that, well, Issei's mother's an angel, but yet is a devil, but she's really nice. Which Exonia is happy, but at the same time scared when she gets angry. Of course, where, well, Issei's mother is just loving the fact that Irina's here. Of course, where Issei's father also does show up after getting out of work early by murdering some people. And this is where, well, Issei's father kind of like lands at the door, like after using fallen wings, just to fly there faster. This is where, well, he knocks at the door, and this is where Issei's mother says, come in, what's it called, Goro? This is where Goro comes in, and of course, where, well, I should also mention he has dark red hair, and this is where he says, hey, Irina, it's been a while. Irina says, you're here. This is where she says, hello there, what's it called, Issei's dad? This is where Issei's dad says, call me Gordo. And also, you do remember me, right? This is where she says, of course. This is where, well, Gordo says, good. Well, I'll be washing up. I gotta wash up for a second. This is where he kind of goes up, but yeah. This is where Issei is just kind of sweat dropping because his mother starts going on with photo pictures, and this is where Issei says, "This is bad." This is where Issei was about to take them away from what's it called, his mother, mostly the book. But this is where, well, his mother had an instinct of feeling that Issei's grabbing the book and tries to take it and throw it somewhere. This is where he gets his arm grabbed by, well, his mother and his mother has this murderous glare in her eyes saying, "Touch the book, and I'll kill you." This is where Issei says, "Okay, never mind." This is where he's smiling kind of viciously and says, "Yeah, no, I won't do that again." This is where he's pelling. But yeah, you feel his arm kind of hurting a little bit, yeah. But of course, Issei's parents are really not really that normal. They're pretty extraordinary, but yeah. But of course, well, Issei kind of really doesn't care too much. He feels embarrassed most of the time when Irina's laughing, giggling about Issei's photos, but yeah. Of course, well, Issei is sighing, but yeah. This is where, well, we go into, well, after the whole thing. This is where Irina and Ixonia are kind of sleeping in, well, Issei's kind of like spare bedrooms, but yeah. This is where Irina actually wants to sleep, but Issei, just because they used to do this when they were childhood friends, which Issei is blushing because he doesn't really expect Irina to do something like this crazy, which his parents doesn't really bother them that much. Instead, also makes a magic circle around them just to have that silent, peace and quiet for them to sleep, but they already know what's going to happen there. This is where Issei did feel the magic circle just put around his room. Issei says, "Ah, right, there's still one grandkids." Not happening. Issei says and they said no. This is where, well, Drake says, "Oh, come on, kid, why not?" This is where Issei says, where the hell have you been at?" "Oh, I just been watching, kid. Man, I can't believe you managed to get 2 beautiful women with you. Another one that pretty much likes you, that red-haired girl who's a devil, and yet now your childhood friend who's an exorcist. Damn, kid. Are you gonna build a harem or something?" This is where Issei said, his face is red, like brightish red, and he says, "Fuck you, Drake. No, I'm not doing that. I have things to do. I can't just be bothered with girls." This is where, well, Drake says, "Oh, come on, kid. You know yourself. Well, I know yourself. You don't have that much things to do. Except work, but that doesn't need to be important." Issei says, "Screw you." This is where, well, Drake is laughing, but yeah, that's where Issei just kind of just blushes a little bit. But of course can feel, what's it called, Irina kind of move and kind of just snuggle up to him in his chest. But yeah, that's where Issei said, "Irina." This is where, well, Drake says, "Go get her, bro." This is where Issei says, "Shut up." This is where he disconnects the fucking connection between him and Drake. This is where Issei says, "God damn it." This is where, well, Irina is still snuggling upon him, but yeah, this is where Issei gets more reddish, but yeah. This is where, well, for right now, I'm going to end it off here, but yeah. So, yeah, have a nice, pretty much a day, or dark lightning night, I guess, and whatever. But other than that, bye. Also, I made this for 1 hour and 32 minutes. It's gonna be a pain next time I watch this. Fuck. But other than that, bye. Yeah.